Yo, how's it going everybody? It's me, Arctic. Today's video we're going to be talking about how good of a support Shenhe is actually going to be for Ayaka, and how she's actually basically going to replace my Ganyu in my Ayaka team comp, using like Ayaka, Kazuha, Ganyu, and Bennett. Ganyu is basically going to be replaced by Shenhe, and I'll tell you why in just 1 second. But first, if you are new to the channel, remember to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. Your viewership really helps me out a lot. But anyway, let's get back to the video. So as you guys know, I have an extremely well built Ayaka, basically with Mistsplitters Reforged, and I also have a pretty good amount of stats on my Ayaka as well. Actually completely worked on crowning Ayaka yet, but she does a lot, and I mean a lot, of actual charge attack damage with her damage multipliers right here. But the thing is that I actually use Ganyu in this party basically, and the reason why I use Ganyu in this is to get the most actual cryo damage that I possibly can get with my Ayaka. Thanks to Ganyu's passive talent right here, Harmony Between Heaven and Earth, Celestial Shower grants 20% cryo damage bonus to active party members inside of the AoE. Now if we actually look at Shenhe's first passive talent right here, basically she's got kind of a similar one to Ganyu's, except this one's going to give you 15% instead of the 20%. Now, you're probably wondering, how is Shenhe going to actually be an upgrade to Ganyu? If Ganyu actually does 5% more, gives you 5% more damage if you're actually inside of her burst. Well, that's basically going to be because of Shenhe's second passive right here, which is basically going to be activated once you do like her hold skill. This is basically going to increase your normal charge and plunging attack damage by 15%. It's basically going to be bringing more benefit to an Ayaka versus what Ganyu is actually bringing. Shenhe's elemental skill is actually going to give these icy quill effects, which are going to be based on an amount of stacks, and what these stacks are going to do is whenever you do cryo damage with my normal charge, plunging attacks, or elemental skills, or elemental burst damage, that's basically going to consume the icy quill and actually increase the amount of damage that I'm doing based on Shenhe's attack. And so that's going to be a flat amount of damage that's going to be added on top of the actual skill damage, basically, and that's going to be before like cryo damage, crit damage, that kind of stuff, and damage bonuses. So this is actually going to end up scaling really high, and so this is definitely a very big upgrade for my Ayaka's actual damage. The last thing of note, and why I actually want to use Ayaka with Shenhe as a support and basically replace my Ganyu, if I get to actual Constellation 2, which I'm actually planning on getting at least to Constellation 2, is going to be giving Ayaka 50% cryo damage bonus inside of her ult, and Shenhe's ult also does a 50% cryo resistance shred, which is going to further increase my damage even further. And that's also going to be on top of my Kazuha, who's also doing like a 40% resistance shred, so it's going to actually total out to quite a bit. Also, if I get Constellation 2, I'm going to be getting 15% cryo crit damage thanks to what Constellation 2 did. On top of that, Shenhe's hold skill is going to give me that 15% normal and charge attack damage bonus, out to quite a lot more versus my Ganyu. Yeah, I really like Ayaka. My Ayaka is already very strong, and I don't even have her talents upgraded completely yet. Ayaka already has a bunch of actual damage multiplier bonuses, one of them being like her first passive, which basically increases her normal and charge attack damage by 30%. Basically for that 6 seconds. On top of this, I'm going to have Shenhe's actual buff, plus Icy Quills, plus being inside of Shenhe's burst. It's going to actually be crazy. And then I've got Kazuha right here giving me an even more buff. And then I've basically got Bennett also right here that I can basically give my Ayaka more of an attack percent buff, which is actually going to make the damage go like actually insane. But yeah, that's basically it for me. I'm just going to let my footage of my current Ayaka team comp play in the background and basically get me to the 8-minute mark. And a little bit past that potentially. I'm going to basically show you how my Ganyu kind of works in my current team, but basically just replace her with Shenhe, and I would get a lot more damage for my Ayaka. So I'm really looking forward to actually pulling for Shenhe. But anyway, it's been me, Arctic. I will see you guys in the next one. Farewell.
living